to another Extra Butter. Finally, another action-packed sequel. First, there was Olympus Has Fallen, then London Has Fallen. Now you get In the Eyes of an Angel. Sorry, something was in my throat. Angel Has Fallen. Morgan Freeman's your president. Gerard Butler, the Secret Service man, keeping him as your president. Or does he? We'll find out. Also, I guarantee it will be the biggest indie film of the year. Get ready to fall in love with Brittany Runs a Marathon. Its stars dropping by, and the super creepy superhero no one ever wanted, Brightburn, heads to your home on this edition of Extra Butter. We just saw Good Boys for the 5th time in a row, and it is so inappropriate, but it is so funny, you guys. Welcome to the show. We talk about movies pretty much the way you talk about movies. This is Extra Butter. All right. So as I was mentioning, the world famous Kelly Savannah Deaton, where do we find you?
Kelly Savannah Deaton, no H on Savannah.
Back from his world comedy tour, Steph Sanders, ladies and gentlemen.
I am Steph Sanders on everything.
And complain about me at TV, Mark S. Allen. Let's talk about what we were just watching for the 5th time in a row. It is Good Boys.
Incredible.
No joke, you will laugh from start to finish.
Yes.
Will you admit this was your childhood, Steph Sanders?
I will admit. So we talk about the good stuff, like riding a bike for the first time, but this is the real stuff that we did 11 and 12.
Yeah,
Met your parents and all that stuff.
Did you guys go to a kissing party when you were growing up? Was that a thing?
Not the same kissing
Not the
party,
same,
but
no.
maybe. That's our business, not yours. I sat down and took your viewer questions into the kids. Take a look.
All right, here she goes.
Hi, my name is Aurora, and tell me why should my mommy and daddy see this movie, but why shouldn't I?
Yeah, why should her parents see the movie, and why shouldn't she see the movie?
Oh,
You're not old enough, and you're gonna rot your little brain.
Yeah,
Way too young. Way
and
too
something
young.
will happen.
Hi, my name is Peyton. How did your parents feel about you saying all those bad words?
They thought it was really funny.
Yeah, they
My
thought it was
parents are
really
super
funny.
supportive. Yeah.
Same here.
They thought it was funny.
Yeah, but as a public service announcement, raise your hand if you're allowed to curse at home.
I thought he was gonna raise your hand. I thought Brady was just gonna go like that because he moved his hand.
What do you bet the minute I walk out of the room, those kids got a lot more rowdy?
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
They seem very demure, like I like to say.
It's an act. They're actors, even at that age. Hey, for more backup on why this movie crushed it at the box office, he is one of the most well-regarded box office guys, Hollywood reporters, feature reporters, man about towns. If that town is Miami, it's Chris Van Vliet, everybody!
Yeah.
Hi, Chris.
What up, Chris?
First of all, congratulations on the overwhelming success of your podcast. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, there was, all the good names of the podcast were taken, so I called mine the very original name, The Chris Van Vliet Show.
Solid.
Yeah, so it's been a blast. It's so amazing that, people are out there listening to and consuming stuff in different ways, and I'm happy to be part of this.
For a kid that was born loving WWE, what's it like to have some of the biggest names in the industry hanging out with you?
It's honestly insane. John Cena texted me a month ago to set up an interview, and he sent me a text, "Hey Chris, it's John Cena." And I was like, "Oh, what?" And I dropped my phone and thought I was going to break it. It's been insane, and I think we're just getting started here, which is so exciting.
So speaking of WWE, Good Boys is laying the smackdown on the competition right now. So why do you think it's doing so well?
You're right. It is laying the smack down, as The Rock would say. I like to call the movie Great Boys. I mean, obviously they're not actually good boys in the movie. They're toying with their prepubescent feelings there. But the movie's great because here's the interesting thing. The kids in the movie are 11, 12 years old, but it appeals to people who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, who remember what it was like to be 11 and 12 years old. This is a very hard R-rated film, but it's all the things that we remember about that time in our life up on the screen for us to go, oh yeah, that was what it was like.
And these three actors, they're incredible. So what was the most standout scene for you that had you laughing? You laugh hysterically the entire time, but what was that standout scene?
We already knew that Jacob Tremblay was an incredible actor. Throw these other two into the mix, and all three of them as a trio are amazing. That scene where they're trying to figure out, let's see if I can put this nicely, the apparatus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well
I knew you were going to say that.
that they might use after the lights go out. That scene's so funny for so many different reasons.
Well, then, with that said, is there a scene in particular that you related to that said, yep, I was there, I did that?
Trying to figure out how to kiss.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe I didn't do it on a quote-unquote CPR doll like they did in the film. Good-looking CPR doll,
Right?
by the way. But I think that whole awkwardness of like going to a party, knowing the girl's there that you like, and like the whole movie, we're not even realizing he hasn't even met this girl that he has this huge crush on. There's finally this scene where it's like, hey, this is Brixley. He's like, oh, hey, it's nice to meet you. And I can totally relate to that.
Yeah.
Having this crush on this person that I'm way too scared to talk to. I mean, still pretty much happens right now.
The movie is owning it this weekend, destroying all other competition, much like your podcast and everything you do. Chris Van Vliet, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Chris, where do we find you on social media?
So it's my name, @Chris Van Vliet. That's Twitter, that's Instagram, that's my podcast, it's Facebook, and it's also my YouTube channel.
All right, one of the coolest people on the planet. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Thank you, Chris.
Go, Chris.
Chris Van Vliet, everybody. Chris Van Vliet.
Cool guy.
All right, moving on to what's new this weekend. First there was,
Olympus has fallen.
then there
My
was,
panties were falling. Just kidding. London was falling.
oh, were you just kidding? Really? Gerard Butler and Jada Pinkett Smith and a couple legends joined us to talk about the new sequel to that movie, Angel Has Fallen, next. Hey, welcome back. It is Extra Butter. This summer is almost over, but there is one movie headed to theaters that is still summer worthy. Olympus Has Fallen has a sequel now, and its name be Angel Has Fallen.
Exactly. I was sorry. I was too focused on Gerard Butler every time.
I was
That's
calling you an
all
angel.
I think about.
And I was calling
all
you an
I think
angel,
about is
see?
Gerard. The name doesn't matter. Just he matters.
We will get to his
Yeah,
dreaminess in a
whatever.
moment, but right now, can we talk about the dreaminess of Jada Pinkett
Pinkett.
Smith?
Oh,
Smith,
yeah.
yes.
I'm on that conversation
No.
too. Jada can do
You
everything.
can have everybody, Kelly.
I can have everybody. I
It's
can.
a new
I
world.
can.
So, why do you think she looks so good? What is her secret?
She dates. Well, I mean, she dates. She's married to Will Smith, and he keeps her laughing. They have a solid relationship, and when a woman is happy, she can be happy and brilliant on screen.
What's
You
funny?
can quote me on that, people.
No. I could quote her on that. That's almost exactly how she put
See?
it. We talked about the movie, and then later on in the conversation, we talk about that stuff. Take a look. You've done some physical roles before. You've done a few things, but
yeah.
with this, what were the challenges?
I would say, it's funny. This was more like emotional adrenaline. It's a little easier for me if it's physical adrenaline, right? And
Right.
there was some physical adrenaline, but most of it is just heightened emotion, just in a heightened state of concentration, and that's hard. It's very draining, and I forgot how draining that can be. I'm like, man, I was just, sitting and looking at monitors all day, as part of the scene
Right.
and the movie. Why am I so tired? But it's because I'm like in this stressed, heightened state of like
Right.
trying to find this guy. So yeah, I'd forgotten how much energy that takes.
Like, I can hear our viewers in my head as this interview is airing right now, and they're all going, she looks so amazing.
Oh,
Day
wow,
after
thank
day, she
you.
looks amazing.
Thank you.
So if you were to give any Jada's, tips,
Right.
any like one thing or a lifestyle change or something to have what you've got going on visually. I mean, genetically, we can't all be so
Yeah.
lucky. But what would you say to do?
It's really diet. You are what you eat, literally. And so I have a pretty clean diet. I drink a lot of water, and I exercise, and I do fun things in my life. I've just
Right.
learned as I've gotten older to just have more fun and relax.
It's working, always.
It's gonna be good.
It's a blessing to talk to you.
Nice to talk to you.
I'm a
Thank
double
you.
double with cheese right here. All right, so on to the dreaminess of Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
Here's what I like about Gerard Butler and why I think guys like Gerard Butler and women like to be with Gerard Butler. Because he's accessible. Like, he's not like perfect, like Brad Pitt perfect.
True.
No.
But he's got that something,
He
right?
always has that cool jacket on. He's so willing to talk to you. He's so nice. He's answered the same questions all day, and he's just a sweet guy.
He's like the regular at the bar you go
yeah,
to every
yeah,
time.
exactly.
He's
He
like
seems
that
like a guy on the bar, so
Yeah.
you'd be like, "Hey, want to go home with
Yeah.
That you would ditch your fiance for like that. Am I?
My ring accidentally fell off when I interviewed him last time. It was an accident. It
Yeah.
wasn't fitted.
Right.
We talked to him about
Accident.
the movie mostly. Take a look. I think the reason the world loves Mike and loves his character, loves you in this role, are for those reasons. That we show how vulnerable he is. Because there are some action heroes, and I don't want to name names, but they kick ass, take names, but they want to make sure there's a nice key light on them, and they look good and shot heroically. Not this guy. You see him wince a little bit in pain.
Yeah, and I love that because and I'm friends with a lot of those guys, but you hear the stories of they're not allowed to lose fights. You know, nobody, even when they're fighting each other, it's like, I can't lose. And that's not the case here. You know, this is, I think, more grounded and more realistic, and I think an audience can climb more into the character and identify with them and go, yeah, maybe I don't have all his attributes, you know, and those skills, but I get where he's going and I get the struggle. I identify with that. I love what you said. That vulnerability, I think, really helps you kind of go on the journey with them.
They're telling me it's ready. Okay, here's what's going on. In the room next door, Auditorium 3, they have a real CIA operative that's going to teach me how to do some CIA stuff, okay? So we're going to get to this interview. When we come out of it, I'll be in there, okay?
Gotcha.
All right.
Morgan Freeman, should we take a look?
Let's take a look.
For each of you, what made you do it? When you saw the script or got the call from your agent saying you want to step aboard, what made you want to do another one?
You know they're going to pay you.
Yeah, the check's going to be there.
Check's going to be
in the clear.
Mail. It's going to clear.
Hit your mark, say your line, get the check. Next! All right, so you're being funny. With that said, have you seen the film yet?
I have seen the film. I was surprised at how good it is. You know, where action films are action films. You blow up, people run around shooting people.
Right.
This was a film, this was an emotional grabber.
I like your character in this movie because a lot of times you got to, you know, clean up, you've got to hit your mark, but you just need to look like a guy who hasn't been in society for a long time, which that's probably an easier call to make.
It's not hard. Yeah, I'm really kind of uncomfortable with the big scale of things, but that's why I'm an actor.
You know Morgan Freeman, 82 years old, and he's done the most stunts he's ever done, Gerard said. In this movie, he's like jumping off the boat and doing all this stuff, and Gerard said the entire time he was thinking, oh God, I cannot kill Morgan Freeman when he was doing all the scenes with him. Isn't that crazy?
Crazy. Whatever multivitamin he is taking, I need now.
Man.
But speaking of stunts, Mark is with the CIA operative who taught Gerard everything he knew.
Let's talk to him. Hi,
Mark,
Mark,
you
are you
there?
there?
Okay, guys, as promised, it's Jason Hansen, former CIA and now does TV stuff, but more importantly, your real job, you take care of people. You're private security for very important people.
Correct, absolutely.
So today, teaching me how to do what I'm about to do might be a skill they could use, I could use, you could use.
Hopefully not, but yes.
Okay.
So kidnappings, home invasions. I'm going to teach you how to escape if you're ever duct taped to a chair.
Could happen.
It is actually very common. If you do an internet search for duct tape plus home invasion, you'll see all kind of crazy stories.
Right.
So I'm going to have you do it to me first.
Okay.
And you're going to go right around my chest just like a criminal would. So this could be your kitchen chair. This could be any chair in your house. And they're literally just going to go around multiple times. Go around 3 or 4 times. I mean, we want to make this realistic.
3.
So here is the trick.
All right.
You want to jolt forward as if you're putting your head between your legs, as if you're kissing the floor.
All right.
So if you've been on an airplane, you had that bag and you thought you were puking, that is the position.
Okay.
So here's how it should look. I'm sitting up straight.
Okay.
I jolt forward.
Son of a...
And then I get to run to safety.
Look at that. He's free.
I am free. And
All right.
So you ready?
Let's see how this goes.
So I'm going to do the exact same thing. I got it to the chair. I'm going to go right around your chest a few times.
a dime for every time I paid for this. No, jokes. All right.
Oh, let me make sure it's tight there. Okay. Whenever you are ready, remember, jolt forward, head between the legs.
Now, here's what's disconcerting about this. Just trying to do it now, I'm thinking it's impossible. There is no way this is going to happen.
People mentally give up in this position.
So are you consulted like films like this, or like Gerard Butler asking you questions about how would someone do this?
I'm consulted on a bunch of stuff, and yes, we tell them the truth, you know, the real way this actually happens.
I'm stalling because I'm about to be embarrassed because I'm not able to get out of the chair. So if I were to try with all my might right now, I would get a hernia trying to get out of here.
Correct, which is why you've got to get the right angle of going down there.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Beautiful.
Wow.
You're free.
Look at that. Free at last. That
Very
is
nicely
amazing.
done.
Thank you very much. All right, you guys, this is just one of the many skills that Gerard Butler and the rest of the cast had to learn for Angel Has Fallen. I hope this is news you can use. Take this tip and save your life if you're ever duct taped, or, you know, if your Saturday night just goes awry. You are awesome, sir. Thanks for hanging out.
Appreciate it.
Hey, do you have some social media info? Where can we find you online if we're looking for you?
You know, just spyescape.com.
There you go. All right, back to you guys.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
I didn't know he could do that. He's definitely been tied up before.
Not his first rodeo.
Yeah, maybe not by his wife, but you know, that's not our problem.
Right.
But coming up next, we'll be talking with the stars of Brittany Runs a Marathon.
You ever ran one?
Please.
Hey, welcome back. It is Extra Butter. So we just got through talking about a big last final box office offering for the summer. Now comes a film. How would you describe Brittany Runs a Marathon?
I definitely describe it as this year's Lady Bird. It has
Oh,
that
yeah.
size and
That's
scope
solid.
feel, and I think the same people that love that movie will love this for the same reasons.
You could really relate to it because
Yeah.
at some point in time in your life, everyone has had to go through a struggle, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's kind of like, now don't get me wrong, I love the movie Trainwreck. I know some people didn't, but I love Trainwreck. This movie is that, but with a little bit more heart forward, don't you think?
A little bit more emotion, I think, than Trainwreck.
And Lil Rel plays the same character he did in Get Out.
Oh, that's
Well, I
right,
mean,
he
oh,
phones it in.
funny you should say
Same.
that because he is kind of,
Yeah.
that almost got me in trouble. I brought that up in a way that almost insulted him. Want to see?
Of course you
Let's
did.
take it. I didn't see
Of
that.
course you did.
All right, so I sat down with Jillian, and don't you agree that Jillian's life will be transformed forever, this, right?
100%. This is her biggest role to date, and she deserves it.
I sat up with her, the guy that plays her boyfriend, Abud Kadesh Ambudkar, as well as the aforementioned
Little
Lil
Rel.
Rel, who I tried not to insult, but I think I did.
Dear God, Mark Howe.
I got to be honest with you, maybe too honest. I don't know that I thought this was going to be the movie for me going into it. I walked out of this movie applauding, going, now that's how you make a movie. That's a movie.
Oh, well, that's good. Did everyone kick you out because you were screaming in the theaters?
I tried to. I didn't.
That's the movie. Everyone's like, what? What's happening?
Slamming popcorn out of people's hands.
Sadly, I did that four seconds into the movie.
Oh, well, that's good.
No, I leaned into this movie so hardcore, like, and instantly, not to distract from the movie, but I start cataloging all the people I'm going to call when the movie's over that have to go
Oh,
see
I
this
love
movie.
that. That's wonderful. Thank you.
What about you? Huge investment for you?
A big investment. Yeah, this was the first film I was attached to, I think 7 months before we started shooting. And Paul and I met and were very nervous to meet each other because we wanted it to work. And I loved the script so much. It was beautiful, and I was terrified to take on this role, but I didn't want anyone else to do it. And then I was lucky enough to get it. Yeah, we trained, we prepped, and we made a movie.
And Rel, I was excited to see in the movie. In the beginning, I thought, oh, this is going to be like Get Out. He's going to be phoning the entire thing in. But I'd love to see you actually mixing it up in scenes. Not
phoning.
Is that what you said?
Well, no, literally.
He's always just on the phone.
Oh, he was on the
He's
phone.
literally on the phone.
I was like,
Every
what?
road is
Right,
on the
I
phone.
apologize. You look fantastic in both of these movies.
You know what I mean? It's an easy mistake.
Mark,
and then-
you gotta watch how you phrase things from now
And
on.
yeah, you got to watch how you talk, how you dress,
Yes.
how you communicate.
He
just
was
everything.
communicating in the performance electronically
Right.
in both Get Out. I didn't mean he literally phoned it
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
No.
All right. Either way, go see this
Yes.
movie.
Yes.
It is the perfect date night movie.
Perfect.
Yeah, it really is.
The moment
It
you
is.
see it, do you agree with what I said? You will watch this movie and you'll instantly identify friends that you think will benefit from seeing it.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
100%. No, and it's a lot more charming than I thought. And it's one of those movies where you leave the theater and you're like, okay, I feel
feel good.
I'm
Feel
not
good
going to go
movie.
run a marathon, but I feel good for
We need
seeing
this.
this.
And it's not preachy, and it's very funny in parts too.
Yes.
All right, coming up in a moment, if you want something that's heartwarming and want to stay home with it, A Dog's Journey heads your way. Now, if you want something creepy that is like Superman flipped upside down, Brightburn also headed your way. It stars next. Welcome back to Extra Butter. You don't have to chill out at a movie theater. You can just chill out at home if you want to in the comfort of your home and watch the movies we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
First and foremost, A Dog's Journey. What'd you think?
Oh man.
Very sentimental
It's a
movie.
sequel. You know what you're getting
Yeah.
into.
But I am a dog person,
See,
so
there
it
you go.
really hit home with me.
So
I-
for people like you that like dogs,
Yes.
it's amazing. I'm more of
Yes.
a cat person myself, but this is a cute movie. I don't know if you need to buy it. It's worth a watch, though.
I will tell you this, Dennis Quaid reprises his role and does a great job. However, he had a lot of competition with himself going at the time this movie hit theatrically in the form of The Intruder. So it's so weird that he has this feel-good,
Yeah, he licks people
homespun
in
movie.
both
In both
movies.
movies.
He plays a dog that licks people, and then he grossly licks Megan
That
Good as
is
well.
That's good.
hysterical.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, stop talking about The Intruder. That's not on a home video yet, but this is, and we talked to him about his success in both. Take a look.
And you know it's coming. You know inevitably in this film it's going to happen. But about halfway through the movie, you hear everyone at the same time, and then the laughter comes back.
Yeah, that's because they all come. Everybody comes with their own relationships with their dogs. to this film, and that's what they bring to it, and that's what they see and relate to.
Absolutely.
Good guy, a lot of success. He's not exactly having Keanu level success, but this has kind of been the year of Dennis Quaid. He's had a pretty good run.
He's a very versatile guy, and we'll leave it at that.
If you like disturbing, might I suggest Brightburn, also disturbing, hitting home video this weekend, Blu-ray, DVD, video on demand. I love about this movie the fact that you think you're going to see a big blockbuster superhero movie. It too kind of has an indie film at parts.
100%. And Elizabeth Banks likes those indie movies. She likes to trick people. So you think you're going in to see one thing, and boom, you're mind blown.
Wait, she likes
100%.
indie films like Pitch Perfect?
Yeah, and
indie films like Hunger Games? Yeah, you're right. She is an
like
indie darling.
Virgin.
I guess so.
She has a lot of projects that she likes the
A
indie
few.
feel.
You know who
the
else
indie
likes
feel.
tiny little movies like Guardians of the Galaxy? James Gunn. I sat down with the two of them to talk about this stuff. Take a look.
Small movie.
This character pretty much was my mom, because I'm an angel, but my brother's not so much so. But my mom, no matter what my brothers did, my mom would say, you know, that person had it coming to him.
You know, the funny thing is my brother who wrote this movie was the good brother.
Oh, really?
Oh, he was the perfect brother. Like, I've never got in trouble ever. I was not such the good brother.
No.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's true, huh?
Yeah.
If he's the good brother and some of the shit's going through his mind that comes out in this movie.
You know, but that's where the sick ones are, aren't they? He seems like he's all
I know,
together.
I'm a totally good at two shoes, and I was like, yeah, I want to be in this movie.
Yeah.
You had an interesting point about this movie.
This movie gave me like just Generations Carrie, that Carrie feel.
Right, a lot of pent-up anger.
Yeah.
You just don't want that feeling from people that are possessed, like Carrie, or in this case, aliens with massive amounts of power. For more of our behind the scenes of Brightburn, or for that matter, any movie this summer, we have the biggest stars, exclusive interviews. Follow us, like us on Facebook, and be sure to subscribe. It is Extra Butter.
Yes.
All right, so Steph Sanders, where do we find you?
I am Steph Sanders on everything. Facebook, Twitter, IG. I am Steph
Steph Sanders, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Kelly Savannah Dean, where do we find you?
Kelly Savannah Deaton.
Kelly Savannah Dean, ladies and gentlemen. And find me, TV Mark S. Allen on Instagram or Mark S. Allen Show on Facebook. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. While we're on the subject, Extra Butter TV on Facebook too. In the meantime, get you some. Have a great weekend. Or whatever you're having.